Okay, so we have our lines. You need to fold your papers. Why are we still on our phones? We need to be doing our maps. Fold it into quarters, okay? So hamburger and then hot dog. We need to label our lines. We have 100 degrees. This is 100 degrees east, and this is 0 degrees. All right, you need to open your atlases to page 87, I believe it is. Yeah, 87. We're doing the Western Pacific Rim, so East Asia, Southeast Asia, and Oceania.
Australia.
Yep. 87. Page 87, open your maps. Make sure you label your lines. Okay, let's look at where 100 degrees east and the equator meet. What country is that in? Hello. 100 degrees east and the equator. Where is it at?
Malaysia.
Nope. Indonesia. Indonesia, okay? Look at the orangish country on your map, all of those islands down there. You don't have to get all of those islands. We're just going to get the main idea here, okay? And where it meets is kind of a rectangle, a little bit like that. And then this long skinny one. And this fat one right here. I don't like this song. Turn it down.
We like this.
No, it's weird. I don't like words with songs. Okay.
You don't like songs with words?
Not when I'm doing things. I can't focus. Okay. Then we have the big island. If you're looking on your map on page 87, it's kind of grayed out, but it's this bigger island over here, and it has a line running down the middle of it. If you see it, it looks like that. It's one island, but it's two countries. So to the left of the line is part of Indonesia, okay? So whenever you're labeling Indonesia, you need to make sure that you include all of these islands, okay? To that left side over here. And then this one is Papua New Guinea. P-A-P... Did I spell that right? No, I didn't. Erase. P-A-P-U-A. New Guinea. G-U... Geez, I can't spell anything. It's G-U-I-N-E-A. N-E-A. Okay, keep in mind, we're drawing a lot of this, so I zoomed in on my map. It doesn't need to be as big on yours. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Squeeze it in. Okay? We're going to do all of Australia down at the bottom, and we're going all the way up to Mongolia towards the top. So we're including all of China. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a lot. This map is easier, though, than the last one.
Yeah, it's probably like a 65 on the last one.
Wait, how do you spell it? P-A-P...
U-A. N-E-W. New. Then Guinea. G-U-I-N-E-A. Okay?
I just drew what you drew.
Let's flip over to page 97 on our atlas. It's important that you guys are looking at your atlas and my map, because remember, you guys get an actual map on the map quiz, so you need to know what these countries legit look like instead of my rectangles and circles, okay? So make sure that you are looking at the map as we go too. So if we're on page 97 for Australia, notice that Australia does not cross the 100 degrees east. So we're going to be down in this bottom quadrant down here. And it is pretty big.
I've been to Australia.
You have? I'm
You
jealous.
want like a sticker?
My sister's been to Australia and I'm jealous.
That's like the one
Me too. Hey, that's pretty good. Australia.
Trey, can you take the whole volleyball team?
That was a terrible joke,
I think that'd be fun.
Actually, Elle wants me to sponsor a study abroad trip. after what? So after her junior year,
Study what?
like a study abroad, like do a course or like do a trip.
Would you take us?
I don't know, maybe. Okay, we have Australia, and then we also have New Zealand down here.
Abroad, not abroad.
I know people in New Zealand.
Anyone just hear what she just said? Yes.
Yes, and I'm choosing to ignore it.
What is the study of, what is abroad?
Like studying.
Like I studied abroad in college. I lived in Austria for 6 months, and I took classes in
What
Austria.
is it?
It's just the term for going to school in a different country.
Study
Okay, Australia and New Zealand. While we're down here, we also need to do Antarctica. And just know that it is way further down there. But we're just going to draw a little rectangle down here so that we know this is Antarctica. Remember, it's Antarctica. It's not the Arctic. Okay. All right, we also need to do a set of islands. They're way too small for us to actually draw, so I'm just going to kind of bracket it off and show you where this like group of islands are. There are 3 of them. It's Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia. And so later we're going to go back in different colors and do like outline everything, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in blue just so you can see it. But the first one we're going to do is Polynesia, and it includes New Zealand, like that.
Did we just draw that?
Yep, just like that. It's Polynesia, and it runs off of this map to further into the Pacific Ocean, but that's all you need to know is that that is Polynesia. New Zealand is included in Polynesia, okay?
New Zealand is included in Polynesia.
Yes, New Zealand is included in Polynesia. All right, next we have Melanesia, and Melanesia is going to come off of Polynesia, and it is also going to include that island with Indonesia and Papua New Guinea in it. Okay, and then it's going to cross the equator, and where's my pen? There it is.
But it doesn't touch Australia?
No, it does not include Australia. This is all Melanesia.
Oh, you just changed colors?
Yeah, we're going to go back and outline the regions after we draw all of our countries. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
I'm going to do that circle too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Polynesia, Melanesia, and then we're going to do Micronesia, and it comes off of Melanesia like this, like that. This is Micronesia. So again, these are all islands that we can't really see because they're so small, but it's just a group of islands. Okay. That's a good question. No, there probably are people there, but they're really tiny. This includes like Fiji and all those like crazy places, you know,
Where's the Maldives?
and there somewhere.
Where's the Virgin Islands? Not over here.
Wait, why?
Okay. So we're almost halfway done. Cool. Let's flip back to what page? Wait, what page is it on? 86, that's what it is. 86 and 87. All right, let's go to the top of our map now. We're going to go up here to the top, and this is, we're going to start with Mongolia. So if you're looking at your map on page 86 and 87, the yellow one that's kind of split in between your pages, that's Mongolia. So that's where we're going to start. And it's pretty much just an oval.
That was so rude, Lexi.
Mongolia.
It's love.
And then we need to do China. China is pretty big, but we have the countries below China to include as well. So it doesn't need to go way far down close to your line, but it does need to be relatively big. So here's my China.
Oh, that's a good chunk. Charlie, stop talking to me.
China. Welcome to China. There it is. Okay. We need to do North and South Korea, which kind of come off the arm up here. North and South Korea.
Right next to each other.
Yes, that's why they're North and South Korea.
We're not gonna do like countries inside
Oh,
China.
yeah. Okay. I know
There's not
that.
countries inside China, like Hong Kong, but
Hong
no.
Kong, Tokyo. No, that's
Tokyo is in Japan.
I corrected
City,
myself.
right?
Tokyo's a city.
Yes, Tokyo's a
If you were looking at it upside
Capital.
down, though, the other one would be north.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have countries because it is.
Okay. Japan is next.
There we can put.
Wouldn't they put where like North Korea is? What if they called it South Korea?
Okay, Japan.
Did you just say that? Because like if you were looking at it upside down.
Japan has islands.
It's lots of islands, actually. Japan.
Japan's an island? Which one's north? Never mind.
And then Taiwan.
I never knew.
Wait, where are you drawing?
I'm trying to decide where I want to draw it. There it is. Taiwan. 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 Taiwan.
I feel like I'm gonna do better on this map quiz.
All right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to do all the Southeast Asian countries now, okay? So let's start with Vietnam. If you're looking on your map, it's the light green country, and it kind of looks like an S a little bit. It's really skinny. It needs to be kind of close to the 100 degrees mark, but it's not going to cross it. Vietnam.
Yes.
How do you know it's Vietnamese?
Because they said they're from
It's
Vietnam.
like, you know how that show.
We went back to
It looks like a
Vietnam.
worm. Yeah, that's right.
Then we have Laos.
Oh, on the.
No, what did you say? What did you say?
Laos, Laos.
So sorry, I think we're just the same person. Oh, you do have food today?
And Cambodia is a circle. Right there. That's Cambodia.
It's not oval.
That's Cambodia. Thailand is a weird country. It's kind of like round at the top, and then it gets really skinny. And then it comes off of Cambodia. This is Thailand.
Oh, that's.
Thailand. Thailand.
Are all these countries friends?
Not really.
Grace just said that.
Then we have Myanmar. It's also known as Burma, so we're gonna write both names. Burma, yeah. So again, it's kind of fat at the top, and then gets really skinny.
Maya. They both look like elephant faces.
Yeah, they do.
Cool, because it's like in China, elephants are from China.
There's lots of elephants in Thailand too.
Miami.
That's a bucket list thing for me.
To go elephant riding in China?
Thailand.
She
Why are you always laughing at me? I'm worried.
All right, we need to do Malaysia. Malaysia is the green islands on, it touches the end of Thailand and then Indonesia as well. So I'm going to draw it on the end here.
Is it more than one island?
Yeah, it's lots of islands. And it's on the end here. So what I'm going to do is draw a line here, and this is Malaysia.
It's Malaysia. Gotta listen.
So it's on the end of Thailand, right there. And it's on the end of, it's on this island over here on Indonesia. Okay? makes up Malaysia. And then you also need to find Singapore. Find Singapore on page 87.
Grace, you can't see anything off of that.
Singapore. Find Singapore on your map. Find Singapore on your map.
I found it.
You found it? Okay, Singapore looks like a city, but it's not a city. It's a whole country, okay? So what we're going to do, watch my map on the screen. We're going to draw just a little circle there at the bottom. Okay, that is Singapore. So I'm going to have to draw a line and label it. Sing, A-P-O-R-E. It's a country. I mean, it's a city too, but it's a country. It's like the Vatican City. You know how that's like its independent country? Same thing as Singapore. It's a really, it's a very highly developed country. Like high GDP, high standard of living. What?
Could you like run across the whole country?
Probably, I don't know.
Remember when we were in Girl Scouts?
Okay, so that's Singapore. Don't forget about Singapore. And then the last one that we need to do is the Philippines. The Philippines is just a bunch of islands down here. This is the Philippines.
Oh, in between Vietnam and
I mean, it's just islands.
Do we need to know like the shape?
No, it's just a group of islands.
The shape.
She said that we
No. Okay, so those are all of our countries. Now we need to go back and outline the different regions that we just did. So we did East Asia, Southeast Asia, and Australia and Oceania. So you need red, green, and blue.
You know what? I'll use my own. And like,
Good, because I'm going to use these.
red. Someone probably take their notes.
Speaking of, has anyone seen The Nun?
No, you gotta take that movie. Yeah. Probably tonight be.
Because you were too young. Did they like go in and check you?
Okay. We're starting with red. It is East Asia. East Asia is going to be Mongolia, China, North and South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. Okay, so I'm just going to outline these
In red.
in red.
Wait, okay, so all of China?
Yep, we're just outlining it.
I think this is the part I messed up.
Wait, all of what? China and
Mongolia, China, North and South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. Don't forget about Taiwan.
Not Cambodia. Where's Taiwan? Oh,
Next, we're going to do Southeast Asia.
oh I'm trying to.
Grace.
Okay, Southeast Asia is next. So it's green. It's going to be all those little ones that we just drew. Okay. So Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam. It's also going to include the Philippines.
wait, it includes Malaysia? Both Malaysians? Or just one?
Yes, both Malaysias. And Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia's in on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Papua.
And Papua New Guinea, yes.
Papa who?
Dude, I still play Div every day.
No, I had like a.
Wait, what's Singapore part of? Green?
Yeah, Southeast Asia.
Wait, how?
What's Malaysia?
www.webkins.com. I lost one account.
A game that you forgot to dress
Jump Street. Jump Hello, Penguin. I tried to log on to that the other day.
No, they deleted it.
Well, Disney bought it.
Okay,
Wait, what's
Australia and Oceania. So all of those island chains that we did. And then we're going to do Australia, New Zealand, and Antarctica.
Wait, what color? Oh,
Blue,
Wait, what region is it?
Australia, and Oceania.
Oh, is that Antarctica? And all the the boxes are part of that, the islands.
All of the islands are a part of that.
Oh no, I didn't know one color.
What's up, Caitlin?
Papua New Guinea is like connected.
Yeah, it's kind of in both.
Country.
There's not gonna be a question on that, so you're good.
No, what's the other?
Oh, the one to the left? That's a part of Indonesia. So all those islands that span across, that's why I tried to write it big across there, but I didn't quite make it all the way to that island.
Okay.
The boxes we drew are gonna be in blue.
Yeah.
Still looks better than that.
Okay. While we're here, we should probably label our Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn.
See, that's where I messed up on last time. I didn't know whether
Which one is on the northern hemisphere? Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn? Anyone know?
Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer.
Anyone know? Since you don't know.
I just told you.
Yep, Cancer. It's the Tropic of Cancer. So it pretty much runs in line with this northern border of Micronesia. It's supposed to be further south of Japan, but it runs through China like this, okay?
Be in any color.
Do you know why it's called the Tropic of Cancer?
No.
Can I look it up?
Okay, then my
Sure. And then the Tropic of Capricorn is to the south, or is in the southern hemisphere, and it runs through Australia. Anyone know what the degrees are for both of these?
Tropic of Cancer is like 20. And
No, more specific.
that's a bet.
It's 23.5.
Okay, what's the bottom?
Tropic of Cancer. Oh, just kidding. Capricorn.
Wait, what is it?
Capricorn.
It's just the tropics.
Like a Capricorn.
It's like the equator, but it's not the equator because it's 23.5.
Starlog.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm Cancer.
All right, you need, when you're finished with that, you need to get out a couple different colors. You can put them whatever colors you want, but we're going to do mountains, a mountain peak, plains, deserts, plateaus, and water. So the way I have it, I'm going to do brown, purple, yellow, blue, green, and orange, but you just need 6 colors. As long as you include it on your key, I don't care.
Is it blue, really? What color is Antarctica?
Blue.
Wait, what colors are you doing?
Brown, purple, yellow, blue, green, orange.
What was your 6th color? Orange? It was orange.
Blue for the water.
No, I already have
Blue, orange, yellow, brown. All right, we're going mountain ranges.
Points off, just for water.
The first mountain range that we have to do is the Altai mountain range. All of these are going to be in the north in Mongolia and China. So the first one we're going to do is the Altai Mountains. It's over here on the border. Altai.
In brown?
In brown, yes. Mountain ranges always in brown. Okay. Altai.
I thought, wait, so it has to be brown.
Whatever you want to do. As long as you include the key, I don't care what color you do it in. Well, I'm not even looking at this map
No, well, wait.
that you're making right now. You're just going to use it on your map quiz. Okay. Next one is called the Tian Shan. It's in China. It's a separate mountain range, but it's going to be right here. Tienshan. Okay, the Tian Shan. We need to do the Himalayas. Yeah, what's it called? Yes. It's in this Himalayas mountain range. The Himalayan mountain range.
It's in Nepal.
It's on the border, yes, between China and Nepal and India.
No, it's squished between China and India.
It is.
Aren't you proud of
I am proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one we're gonna do is the Kunlun mountain range. It's kind of weird. Kunlun.
Why are there so many mountains?
Because the elevation is high there.
Is it gonna matter that it's on the topic of cancer?
No.
What's this?
I don't think so. Kunlun. And then I'm going to go orange for, that's it for mountain ranges. I'm going to go orange for the plateau.
The what?
The plateaus that we have.
How do you spell plateau?
Plateau. EAU. Plateau. What is a plateau?
Flat.
A flat mountaintop, really. Flat mountain. Yeah. And this one plateau that we're going to do is here between the Himalayas and the Kunlun. It's called the Plateau of Tibet. I never know how to spell this.
Tibet?
No.
She got sick. Tibet?
Tibet. That's the only
Shoot, I cannot.
the only plateau that we're doing.
Oh, good for us.
Bless. Yes, us.
Next, I'm gonna go yellow for my deserts.
I was about to say that. Oh my god.
All right, the Gobi Desert is first, again between Mongolia and China. Gobi, the Gobi Desert. Okay. We're not singing.
Why? We're beautiful.
No, you're not.
I tried it for choir and fourth grade.
We probably both tried out.
All right, the Taklamakan Desert, it's a weird word, is next. It's between these two mountain ranges, Taklimakan. I don't know. They're kind of weird. Okay, so the Taklamakan, and then our last two are down in Australia.
The Outback.
I love
No.
that.
Okay, first one is the Great Sandy Desert, real original.
Do we have to know that that's on the Tropic of Earth?
I don't think so. I don't know the quiz off the top of my head. Okay, and then the one in the south is the Great Victorian.
They have like a steak called.
You're so smart. Oh my
What if they could only work out back if you're Australia?
I remember.
That's the only
Next, we have the plateau, or not the plateau, we already did the plateau, the plains region. There's only one plains region that we're going to do.
Green. Green, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Plains. And it is in China. Up here in the north, it's called the North China Plain.
They like getting rid of the Great Barrier Reef. How do you get rid of the reef?
No, it's dying.
Oh, is it?
Where is that?
Oh yeah, it is dying. Where is it? Actually, I scuba dived in it. I'm so stung by I have two. I had a dare that I
All right, last thing, we're going to do all of our water.
Purple. You're missing
Oh, I am missing something. You're right. I forgot to do the mountain peak. We have one mountain peak, so let's go back and do that. Not Everest. We're not going to do Everest. We're going to do Mount Fuji. It is in Japan. No, I forgot to do the mountain peak. This is Mount Fuji. It is in Japan. Oh, that's good.
We're doing, well, she forgot to do mountain.
Yeah, I forgot to do the mountain peak. There's only one. Okay, they're in Japan.
Carly just had the biggest voice crack I've ever heard. Just now.
All right, now let's go back and do our water.
Maybe that's where she's from. From Japan.
Okay, oceans. What oceans do we have? The Pacific, yes.
Where's that?
Don't ask me where that is. You know where the Pacific Ocean is. The Pacific Ocean. And then we have the Indian Ocean over here. We have 4 seas to label. The first is the Sea of Japan, in between the Koreas and Japan. And then the Yellow Sea is in between China and the Koreas.
Like the Red Sea.
Yes, also the South China Sea.
The Red Sea.
I don't really got room.
Except for Reedy.
Reedy.
Okay.
Well, we lost them.
The last one we have is the Tasman Sea. It's between Australia and New Zealand over here.
Wait, what is?
The Tasman Sea. All right, so we have our 4 seas and our 2 oceans so far. Now we have a couple rivers.
Oh, it's the Tasman Sea.
I close my eyes and then I can see.
All right. Sea or rivers. Sorry, we're going rivers. First river is going to be in China.
River of China.
No. I'm still using the same color blue. It's just a different river.
Bro, I did not do my things big enough.
Okay, Yellow River.
I'm doing it in.
Does it flow into the Yellow Sea?
Yeah, it does. The Yellow River flows into the Yellow Sea.
Irony.
Logical.
Yes, logical. Okay, next one is the Yangtze River. It's also running through China, kind of over closer to the Taklamakan Desert.
Anything I could say, they would laugh at.
Yangtze, the Yangtze River. I think that's how you say it. Yangtze.
It looks like Yahtzee.
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's it. I used to play that.
All right, next one is the Mekong River. Also starts in southern China, runs through Laos and Vietnam.
Wait, oh, yes. I thought you were-
Okay, Mekong, Mekong. Mekong. 2 rivers in Australia, and then we're done. All right. Starts as 1 and then it splits into 2. The top one is the Darling. And the southern one is the Murray.
Have you ever seen that, like, Marley?
Yes, Carlin. So good.
All right. So there's our full map. Murray, M-U-R-R-A-Y, Murray. Last thing we need to do is include our sentence that we always do.
We do a sentence?
Yes, we always do a sentence using our directions. So, the Western Pacific Rim is blank the equator and blank of the prime meridian. What is it? On the Western Pacific Rim is on the equator and what? East of the prime meridian. Okay? There it is.